As hello. I'm just gonna sit here for a while. Let's see if this is true. What do we have here? Come on, Liborio Conti, don't let me down. Oh. Okay. Think I'm back. Oh yeah. Let's fucking go, boys. Go, boys, girls, everyone in between. Let's fucking go. I just need my beautiful copyright free celebration music to load up here, and then we can actually properly celebrate this thing. But it's a pretty good evening. A pretty good evening, I have to say, and I'm looking forward to getting into all of this with you. The one benefit of not streaming live during the election is that we can actually take a bird's eye view and bathe in the aftermath of conservative hog tears as they have complete breakdowns and a mass exodus of Republicans from New York City. So we'll see. Oh my God. Okay. This is not working though. This does not bode well for the stream, I have to say. Yeah. We're gonna get into everything. All right, come on. One more try. Okay. Well, we might have to close some tabs. Let's see if this. Let's see if we restart this if these will actually load up. But yeah, it's a pretty good evening. So Zohran Mamdani won. Andrew Cuomo ended up not winning. Good thing. And the Republicans are not having a good time of it. Um, and it looks like the Democrats did pretty good all across the nation, which obviously is something that we really hope for. But it is good to see that being outspoken against Donald Trump is a winning strategy um, in America right now. So hopefully, like, not only can we hope that Zohran Mamdani does a good job of helming New York City and making it a more affordable, more livable place for everyday people, but also we can hope that he is a beacon for the Democrat Party and kind of provides an example for them moving forwards. Okay. Copyright free celebration. Right, nothing is working on here. My my fucking computer might be cooked, boys. He's sobbing right now. Yeah, the Republicans are breaking down crying. All right. Let's see if this will load. Okay, so there's some shit on here. Saw one thing that I thought was funny. Wait, not this. Stephen Miller. See. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to find. So here, let me play this.
Republicans all around the country. Let me just add that, to your point, the people who live here in New York City and your friends who are saying, Republicans all around the country saying that this was going to benefit Republicans somehow politically. For the people who live here, they have real concerns. You won't see that in the polls and young people, and even in the Jewish vote, it breaks Mamdani's way, which is pretty amazing.
They're like, even the Jewish vote breaks Mamdani's way. Oh, really? So, your baseless attacks of calling him anti-Semitic aren't landing with the Jewish voters there? You're appealing of, let's just be honest, it's Christian Zionists. That's who Fox News and Andrew Cuomo appeal to. Isn't actually landing with the majority of the Jewish population. So all of this shit about how, like, Zohran Mamdani saying that he doesn't condemn the word intifada all of that shit about how that's anti-Semitic and that's riling up Jewish people and making them feel uncomfortable, that wasn't actually true. I'm completely shocked. I'm completely shocked.
But you know who it's going to benefit? Elise Stefanik, who's running for governor, Republican in New York. She tonight is probably much more positioned, better than she was yesterday because of this situation.
Yeah, the copium is off the charts. Oh, Zohran Mamdani won. A self-described democratic socialist won New York City in a landslide. Got the most amount of young people ever to come out and do early voting. Got the most early voting in an off-year election ever. At least more than the last time's off-year election in 2021. And he's like, you know what this is good for? This is good for the Republican candidate in New York.
I don't know, Brett, if I quite agree with that analysis in this sense. And
Sean Hannity even says, no, dude, no, you're actually wrong.
I honestly feel bad. I have friends of mine in New York. My phone is blowing up. They are officially depressed and scared. And as Martha pointed out earlier, a full 9% of people say that they will leave if he in fact got elected. Before today, they said if he got elected, they're going to leave New York City. You see the price of real estate, they call it the Mamdani effect, in the outer boroughs. That would be Nassau and Suffolk County. That would be Westchester. They're getting out of New York City. But there's something that it's kind of hard to fathom and understand. You know, if we go through his reluctance and resistance to condemn, globalize the Intifada, his
Oh my god, dude, these people are actually stuck in the past. Like, it's been 2 years of genocide. The base of both parties despise Israel right now. Saying that you're criticizing Israel or you're supporting Muslims, which is somehow an attack on Israel, like according to that, like definitionally for Zionists, supporting Muslims is an attack on Israel. That's not going to work. That doesn't fucking land. It doesn't land with the Democratic Party for sure. And it's not landing with the Republican Party more and more because the Republican Party is being taken over by anti-Zionist Nazis. There are Zionist Nazis like Elon Musk, and then there are anti-Zionist Nazis like Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. This fear mongering about how we have to like protect the feelings of Jewish people. It's snowflake shit and it's outdated. You gotta get with the times. Even Sean Hannity, who can see past what's this guy's name? Brett something. I know it's Brett. He can see past this guy's bullshit of like, you know what is it? Mamdani win helps Republicans. Even Sean Hannity, who can see past that, is still stuck in the past of being like, well, we said that he wanted to globalize the Intifada. Wasn't that enough?
relation hard to fathom and understand. You know, if we go through his reluctance and resistance to condemn, globalize the Intifada, his relationship with the radical imam who stood up for the blind sheikh after the '93 Trade Center bombings, his relationship with Linda Sarsour, all of that.
Brett Baer. Yeah, I think you're right, Brett Baer.
If you would have told me 24 years after 9/11 that somebody that was that radicalized would win this dramatically, I wouldn't have believed it. But
God damn, bro. Fox News is molding. Okay. More. Donnie wins news. Al Jazeera. Mamdani wins. We have to watch his speech also. I mean, we'll see if this shit loads. YouTube is just... Oh, guys. YouTube is not working for me right now.
Mamdani is taking the stage on this historic night in New York City. Let's listen in.
Thank you, my friends.
Before we get into his speech, I want to get some actual like groundwork laid by some news orgs. Let's see. here. Yeah, this shit is screwed up. 7-hour stream. ABC, that's crazy. No one's going to do that. All right, well we'll just have to watch his speech. What's this?
The Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani is the projected winner, the mayor-elect of New York City, the first Muslim to hold that distinction. He came from near obscurity, an assemblyman, soared to the top of the list in the primary. Governor Cuomo was beaten there and then ran as an independent, and now he has declared
Completely
victory
made up, okay?
once again.
All right, let's get into his speech here.
The sun.
Mikey Sherrill is the projected winner of New Jersey, the governor-elect.
All right, let's go.
Over our city this evening. But as Eugene Debs once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity.
He's got a Labubu smile. Dude, Zoran's actually a good-looking guy. Like, aren't Labubu supposed to be so ugly that they're cute? I don't know. I haven't really seen a Labubu, but if we're talking about Zoran has a Labubu smile, I gotta disagree with that.
For as long as we can remember, the working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Fingers bruised from lifting boxes on the warehouse floor, palms calloused from delivery bike handlebars, knuckles scarred with kitchen burns. These are not hands that have been allowed to hold power. And yet, over the last 12 months, you have dared to reach for something greater. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands. My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty.
Dude, it is true. Man, I keep forgetting to fucking post this conversation, but I was talking to another YouTuber, and he's like, the idea of that the Democratic Party and even the Republican Party to an extent, although for different reasons, have gone a complete 180 on the issue of Israel in 2 years is one of the greatest like grassroots movements really ever. Like, from massive support for a country to do massive opposition to that country in 2 years with zero establishment support for that movement, I think is a really impressive thing that progressive people in America did. And I think that Zohran Mamdani's election campaign really kind of mirrors that. And it's another example of a massive grassroots movement that did fight against institutional powers. It did have no institutional support whatsoever. I mean, Bernie Sanders like reached out and endorsed him after even after the primary. He won the primary, and it was like pulling teeth to get any institutional Democrat members of the establishment to say his name and say, I support him, I endorse him, and people should vote for Zohran. Like, only Bernie Sanders said that, and it was a big deal when Bernie Sanders is like, yeah, I still support Zohran. It's crazy. It's crazy how little support he actually had, and it's just it shows how good policies and a air of genuinity about a candidate actually speaks to voters and gets support of voters, and what you can do with that. Dick Cheney going to hell.
Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life.
private life in Florida. No, we have to go on Twitter. We do have to go on Twitter. I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and then we're going to get into some of the hog reactions.
Let tonight be the final time I utter his name. As we turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few. New York, tonight you have delivered a mandate for change, a mandate for a new kind of politics.
A mom mandate? Nah, that we need to come up with something better. A ma'am date? A mom date?
A mandate for a city we can afford. And a mandate for a government that delivers exactly that. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City.
Alright, let's fucking go. Okay, so I did want to, let's see, he released a clip recently, Zohran before and after clip. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but he did release a video of him. He released a video of him a year ago talking to people, and no one would give him the time of day. And then he did the same thing a year after campaigning, and he just went completely off, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm going to vote for you." All right. So what was the George Santos Twitter? What was that? George Santos? Because he was from New York too, right? Please thank these two gems for losing a seat in the House today. Okay, whatever. I do want to see what Fox News has to say.
Desk can now project New York City has elected Democrat Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani to be its next mayor.
Mom
Now, he
date.
will become the first Muslim mayor of the city, and it's
So it was 54% or 50.4% compared to 7.5% and 41.3%. Also, like, let's just be honest, probably a lot of Sliwa voters, I guess it's not ranked choice voting, but a lot of Sliwa voters would have supported Mamdani over Cuomo.
youngest in more than a century. Not really a surprise. I don't know why people are waking up in the last, 2.5.
Bro, it's they make Sean Hannity come out and do this? Oh my god. Isn't this has its Fox News business? Since when is Sean Hannity hosting that? What does he know about business?
Desk can now project New York City has elected Democrat Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani to be its next mayor. Now, he will become the first Muslim mayor of the city, and its youngest in more than a century. Not really a surprise. I don't know why people are waking up in the last, 2.5 weeks. I think they should have woke up after the primary where he handily defeated Andrew Cuomo. But back to your analysis, because I think this is very key. I thought that Andrew ran a very lackluster campaign. I think taking 10 days off after Labor Day is unthinkable if you're a candidate. I think he spent...
Bro, it's so good. It's so good. They're so mad. Oh my god, why did we have to run Cuomo? Why didn't Sliwa drop out? Why did he take 10 days off? Why didn't he do more stuff on social media? Wow. Dude, keep in mind, put this into perspective. This is a Democrat that they're like, I wish he ran harder. Because these Republicans are actually scared. Like, once again, We've been covering the Republican attitude towards Mamdani, and a lot of the attitude is like, oh, well, like there was the talking point. I want him to win in New York so that people can see what a disaster socialist policies are going to be, right? But then they're like, actually, that's not good because his policies are actually going to work and they're going to be popular. So we should change the talking point to be, I don't want him to win because New York is just that important of a city. And now that he won, they know that they're fucked. They know that they're actually fucked because, like, look, it's not going to be a huge change overnight, but there is going to be I think there's going to be like a significant portion of the Democratic Party that wants to have their politicians be more like Zohran Mamdani. And we're seeing progressive candidates primarying establishment Democrats, and I hope that Zohran can continue to be an active figure, continue to be a lightning rod to get the criticism from conservatives, from Zionists, all drawn towards him, and that he can maintain his prominence as a national figure. And that's going to inspire more and more progressive Democratic candidates.
Way too much time out in the Hamptons, and he didn't have a message that resonated, and he still had a hangover of hatred for the time he was governor. That all worked against him.
I think there'll also be this debate.
Yeah, it's like, let's be honest, Cuomo is a horrible candidate. But the fact that, like, it's your guys that supported him, Hannity. You have no one to blame but yourself. He lost the Democratic primary, and a bunch of Republicans are like, let's just run him anyway. That's on the Republicans. Like, you can't blame Cuomo for this. He's the dog that you chose for this race.
If he had another week or 2 weeks, would that have been enough to close the gap? I'm not sure, based on the numbers we're seeing right now. Cuomo got his act together in the last couple of weeks. He was doing a lot more interviews. He was out there. And Sean, I will tell you.
He was doing a lot more interviews, like the interview where he was laughing about Zohran Mamdani celebrating 9/11 when he was 9/11-2 Electric Boogaloo, and he laughed about that. He's like, oh yeah, that's another thing. When the host said, yeah, Zohran would probably be celebrating another 9/11. Or the interview where he was asked why Donald Trump endorsed him, and all of a sudden he had to go, and he just hung up without actually saying anything. They're like, we can find the clip probably. Let's just look it up real quick. Cuomo hangs up Trump endorsement. This is Daily Mail. Do we have a clip? Oh, okay. Sure. Allow ads. I don't give a fuck. Oh my god. Alright, not watching that.
This has been going on. Did you guys see?
Okay, play the clip, bro. Oh. Okay.
Oop. Ebro just got
to hear that.
by ICE, and this guy.
No.
He met ICE and mistreated him.
In the morning. Did you guys see this exchange?
Americans and the Jamaican Americans and the Haitian Americans that are getting ran down on by ICE and mistreated by ICE. And you know where that's coming from? Your boy was just on 60 Minutes, Cuomo, saying that you're his guy.
No.
Trump said you're his candidate. If he had to pick a bad Democrat or what did he say? Or a communist. Or a communist, he's picking you.
Hello?
He hung up. I don't think Cuomo hung up, but it was his staffers that hung up. They're like, you're Trump's guy. And he's like, no, first of all. And then I think the staffer hung up. Or he did. But anyway, they're like, yeah, Cuomo really he stepped up his game in the last few weeks, doing random fucking interviews where he looks absolutely horrible at them. Really stepping up his game there.
There's a reason why politicians spend a year in Iowa. They go out there to refine their message, to be able to answer every question on every topic possible and do it within 30 seconds time. Cuomo was out of political talking shape, period. Now, he got his sea legs under him in the last couple of weeks and showed up on Fox many times, showed up on MSNBC and CNN, made himself much more available. But there'll be pieces written as to whether or not this was the right way to run a campaign. And if you had another week or 2 weeks' time, could you have closed the gap on Mamdani tonight? And that's a question we'll never know, Sean, but it'll certainly be talked about and written about.
Bill Hemmer, amazing.
Why is that even the narrative? Why is that even the narrative that's being considered of whether Cuomo, he just needed more time to beat him? Okay, Hannity is funny though. I kind of want to find some more Hannity clips. Hannity, Zohran. Let's see. Okay, this is what we just saw. Save the city. Well, okay, Fox News. Give me Cuomo's final push against Zohran, which ended up in failure.
So right now the polls are open and it's up to New York City to decide whether
Voters are warned not to vote for a socialist.
they're giving a Democratic socialist the keys to America's largest city and the financial capital of the world.
Joining us now with his final push on this.
By the way, a final push is not on election day. You don't make a final push on election day. That's when you, like, that's like you're pretending to cram an hour before your exam. You have to put in the groundwork, and then on the actual day where you need to show up, you just kick your feet up and relax, knowing that you did everything that you possibly could have.
Busy election day this morning. New York City mayoral candidate Andrew Cuomo. Governor, in the last 24 hours, President Trump said, vote for Andrew Cuomo. What does that do for your campaign? What message does that send to Republicans?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's an important message because it's a three-way race. It's myself, the Democratic Socialist Mamdani, and there's a Republican named Curtis Lewa. And Curtis Lee was a spoiler. There was no chance he can win, but he can make Mamdani a winner. So President Trump saying to the Republicans, don't vote for Sliwa, you're wasting your vote, that could be very helpful. Because if they don't vote for Sliwa, they would vote for me.
What do you say to the Republicans that say Sliwa's probably not going to win if you believe the polls, so I'm just going to stay home? But then Donald Trump comes out, and many Republicans live for whatever.
Dude, like, what are we doing here? He's on Fox News talking to people that have said despicable shit about Palestinians, homeless people, black people, like every targeted group of hate and harassment that the Republicans have aimed their sights on for the past decade. And he's pleading to get Republican voters and talking about his endorsement for Trump and how that's going to be a big help to him. Why are we pretending like this is anything other than a Republican op?
Whatever Donald Trump says. And when he's telling them to go vote for you, maybe they will go out. What's the reason a Republican should get out of bed, should leave their house, should leave the office and go vote for you?
Yeah, well, President Trump, President Trump is pragmatic. He is telling them the reality of the situation, which is if you do not vote.
Like, this is the flaw in his logic here. He says Donald Trump is bad for New York City, right? He said that in the debate. I'm going to fight against Donald Trump because he's bad for New York City. Well, if Trump's bad for New York City, then why does he want and he wants you? Wouldn't that mean you're bad for New York City? Like, if Trump is bad for New York City and you're saying you're good for New York City, then you have a flaw, and Trump wants you to be the mayor. You have a flaw in your logic. Like, that does not follow. So either you're bad for New York City or Trump's like misguided. But you just said Trump's pragmatic about this thing. You're just saying you're the more Republican candidate in this race.
The office and go vote for you.
Yeah, well, President Trump, President Trump is pragmatic. He is telling them the reality of the situation, which is if you do not vote, Mamdani is going to win. Who is Mamdani? I don't know. But
Cuomo's made such a good push. He finally learned how to say his opponent's name. Oh, he didn't? Okay, well then never mind. Dude, he doesn't even know how to fucking say the guy's name, and you're saying that he's making a good push in the last few weeks?
He's a Democratic socialist. He'll bring socialism to New York City. New York City will not thrive with a socialist economy, anti-law and order, decriminalize prostitution. So Republicans, you have to get up and come out and vote. Even if you're not voting for a Republican, you're voting to save New York City.
Bro, this is so fucking funny. They have Cuomo, who looks like the grim fucking Reaper when he takes his cloak off, just talking on Fox News, and in the meantime they're playing B footage of Zohran surrounded by adoring fans, giving off signatures and shaking hands with people and taking selfies with them. Like, are you trying to humiliate him? Are they trying to humiliate Cuomo? He's on Fox News the day of the election, hat in hand, on his knees, begging Republicans to vote for him, saying like, Trump's a smart guy, he endorsed me, so you know that like I should be the right candidate, right? And then in the meantime, they're showing Zohran at a bar, hanging out, like just looking like a college frat party, like an advertisement for a frat. And he's just like chilling out with everyone, having a good time, while Cuomo looks like the specter of death.
You know, this election is not about Democrat, Republican. It's about saving.
You couldn't find a bad B footage of Zohran to play? They make him look like the most popular, likable candidate that has ever existed in America.
Constitution. So Republicans, you have to get up and come out and vote. Even if you're not voting for a Republican, you're voting to save New York City. You know, this election is not about Democrat, Republican. It's about saving the city. And that is not being overly dramatic. Mamdani is a real socialist. He's not a dress-up socialist.
He calls himself
that. He is a government controls the means of... Yes. Oh, no, but a radical form of socialism, right? Government should control the means of production. There should be no private ownership of real estate. The NYPD is wicked and corrupt and a threat.
Oh, such a that's such a crazy form of socialism, saying that the NYPD is wicked and corrupt. Wow, we should deport him.
To public safety, abolish jails. This is really an extremist philosophy that just won't work for New York City, and that's what a Republican should care about, right?
So,
put the party aside for a second and vote for the city.
So, Governor, I hear the point that you're making. This audience is full. They're aware of Mamdani. We've been covering him for months and what he stands for. But what do you say to the Republicans that have concerns about how you handled the pandemic? No cash.
Bro, you're getting wrecked on a fucking Fox News interview. Holy shit. They're even bringing up like the thousands of senior citizens that he killed in nursing homes during the pandemic.
Bell. And some of the things that took place in the nursing home as well. Will you apologize to those voters? Because that's something.
Bro, just fucking quit, Cuomo. I said before, like during that second debate when Zohran and Sliwa double teamed Cuomo and like called him a rapist and a old person killer and a disgrace to the party, and the entire crowd was cheering against him. I said I'd leave at that point. Like now he's just on a humiliation tour, going through all of these right-wing channels to try to scrape together a few more votes, like on his knees getting slapped around by these Republicans. Well, are you gonna apologize for the shit that you've done? Why would a Republican support you? Like, we say that Zohran sucks, but like you also kind of suck. Like, dude, this is humiliating. You're a grown man and you're groveling for Republican votes, saying that you're you're saying you're the real Democrat, but Republicans vote for me, please. Because Zohran Mamdani is going to decriminalize prostitution and make free buses. Oh no.
That can change this election. What do you say to those Republicans?
Yeah, well, if you were in New York, we've had that conversation now for 2 years. And look, I was a Democratic governor for 11 years. First of all, as governor...
Cuomo looks like an anime character, like a depiction of a corrupt U.S. politician that you would see in anime. That's what he looks like. Like both of his eyes are looking in different directions. His hairline is comedic. His wrinkles have wrinkles, and just the way that he carries himself as this like mafioso style politician is literally just a parody of corrupt American politicians. He looks like something you'd see in an anime.
It's different than New York City. New York State is about 50-50 Democratic Republican, right? We've had Republican governors. I had a Republican Senate. So I worked with Republicans all that time as governor. New York City's true blue. The state is mixed. And on the COVID situation, there have been numerous investigations of that. We've gone all through it. We followed all the federal rules. We did nothing wrong. Of course, we lost 80,000 people. The nation lost 1.2 million people. It was horrific. It was horrific. But everyone did the best that they could. And I think people realize that.
Bro, this is such a weak talking point. Imagine if Trump was asked about this. Under your watch, there were a lot of people that pushed to open the country, yourself included, and that led to the deaths of millions of Americans. What do you say to people that disagree with you? Well, the people that attack me are the rude people. They're really bad, low IQ, nasty people. They're disgusting. And I think that we did a great job. He's not going to talk about the amount of investigations that he had, how it was a bad time for everyone there. This is weak sauce. Like in this era of brazen, never apologize for anything politics, being like, yeah, sure, I was investigating. Like, let's walk through all of the investigations that I had, and then I'm going to show you the minutia of how I was vindicated in all of them. Like, the average voter hears that shit. Oh, there were 6 investigations opened up into me, but they all showed that I was cleared. The average voter is just going to hear there were 6 investigations into you, and then, oh yeah, you're like a scumbag, right? Yeah, this is really weak.
Say I'm sorry, Governor. Why?
Cool.
Bro, they're insisting on the groveling. You didn't grovel hard enough for our votes. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. And Cuomo tried to say that Trump respects him, that the Republicans respect him, and this is how they treat him on election day. The Republicans were desperate to get Mamdani not elected and get anyone elected in his place, and they decided on Cuomo. They were desperate to get Cuomo elected over Mamdani, and this is how they treat Cuomo. They can't get the spite out of their mouths whenever they mention his name. Like, they just have so much disdain for the man. They think of him as a sniveling little worm as he comes crawling over to them to ask for more votes, ask for their excrement to consume. Like, they're like, oh, how many people, how are you going to talk to people, New Yorkers, that feel like you handled the pandemic badly? Well, I was investigated and I was proven innocent. And he's like, how about an apology?
Through it, we followed all the federal rules. We did nothing wrong.
We followed the rules.
Of course, we lost 80,000 people. The nation lost 1.2 million people. It was horrific. It was horrific. But everyone did the best that they could. And I think people realize
we followed the rules. We did the best we could. Really, man? You think that's going to win you Republican voters?
But everyone did the best that they could. And I think people realize that.
Why not just
now.
say, I'm sorry, Governor? Why not just tell those victims' families, look, it was a pandemic. We were going through a tough time. I was learning on the job certain things, but I'm sorry you lost your loved one. That would help a lot for a lot of those people.
What's funny is, as humiliating as this is for Cuomo, it's not bad advice. Pretending to be more genuine would have gotten Cuomo more votes, but he's incapable of showing any ounce of emotion that isn't like manufactured, because he's, at the end of the day, he's just a rich guy that thinks he's above the city and he's above politics and dealing with and actually trying and campaigning. He thinks he's above all of that shit. And he's not sorry. And his pride, his disregard for the average New Yorker just oozes out of him at every turn. And so, yes, he cannot bring himself to say, I'm sorry. It is completely humiliating going on to fucking Fox and Friends on the final day of the election and being told to say, I'm sorry to this fucking guy. Like, who's this guy? At least I know him. What's his name? Like Brian Kilmeade or something? This guy's like, say you're sorry. Say it. Come on. Why don't you say you want Republicans to vote for you, right? Just say you're sorry. Come on, go ahead. Say it. It's like the fucking Ratatouille meme where the food inspector's eating and he gets transported back to his childhood. Cuomo's on the Fox News interview. The guy's like, say you're sorry. Come on, say it. He gets transported back to when he was at the school cafeteria bullied by Irish kids. What's the stereotypical Italian beef with Irish kids? Is that it? Is that who he got bullied by?
I have said that numerous times.
Holy shit. The guy's like, say you're sorry. And he's like, I already did. Okay, then say it again. Say it again. Come on, get on your knees, bro.
Certain things. But I'm sorry you lost your loved one. That would help a lot for a lot of those people.
I have said that numerous times. I have said exactly that. New York had it first and worst. Nobody knew what we were dealing with. I had the best health experts from around the globe giving us advice. We followed the best advice.
Holy shit. I actually can't believe how poorly he's handling this interview. He's like, I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but I am going to say that we did the best we could and we followed all of the rules. You're a fucking nerd, man. You're a little bitch. I tried the best I could and I did all of the things that the rules told me to do. Okay. Who cares now? Just like you have to win elections. That's not winning an election. Appealing to the rules is quite literally what the Republicans have been beating the Democrats for the past 8 years now.
Followed the federal guidance, and people died in a horrific way. There were no visitors allowed into nursing homes. And I apologize for any family that lost a loved one during that time. It was on my watch. And I understand how terrible it was.
Yeah, we really were first and worst. I remember calling my family down in South Carolina saying, Mom and Dad, do not go to that party. You don't understand what's happening here. Y'all need to stay away from your friends right now and stay at home. People are
Without
losing their loved
resolution.
ones. My doorman, many of them lost like their dad, their mom. It was really sad. Janice Dean lost both of her in-laws because of the nursing home situation. It was a really hard time for New York, and we were the first. What do you say to the people who can't afford to pay their bills here in New York, Governor? Because we know how Mamdani feels about the billionaires, about our police officers, about the Jewish community. Many of them are voting for you because of what he said.
Many of them are not the majority, though.
About Israel.
Many Muslims voted for Cuomo as well. That doesn't mean like it's significant.
But what do you say when people are going to go vote for him today because free grocery stores, free buses, rent stabilized?
Free grocery stores is not a thing. It's government operated grocery stores. It's not free grocery stores. Rent stabilized apartments are already a thing in New York. He just wants to freeze the rent on rent stabilized apartments. And Zohran's housing policy is just rock solid housing policy. Build more houses, and at the same time where you're upzoning different areas of the city in order to accommodate more housing, you are also building a low income housing. So you're pairing low income housing being built with like market rate housing, whatever that means. Just like letting developers do their thing and also doing a robust low-income housing program so the poorest workers in the city can afford a place to live.
Corporate tax is going to go up. Many of the people who can't afford to live here don't own a business, so it doesn't affect them. No bonuses for the rich bankers. And if you make $1 million or more.
Oh, no bonuses for the rich bankers. Wow, that's a crazy policy. The guy from It's a Wonderful Life isn't going to have his Christmas bonus. I can't believe it. Zohran Mamdani ruining Christmas. It's just like a Muslim to start a war on Christmas here.
Or you're going to pay 2%. They might say, that's great. I don't make $1 million, so that's going to help me.
Yeah. You know, those were I call them the TikTok promises that he put forth in the primary. None of them are real. The mayor is going to freeze the rent. People think it means.
Wait, so Zohran's actual platform, okay, like Zohran already won, but it is funny like watching Cuomo on election day grovel and beg and plead for Republicans to vote for him. What's funny to me is Zohran put out a bunch of policies on his platform, and Cuomo sees these policies. He's like, none of those policies that he says are real, and all of the policies that he doesn't claim are fake. We're going to get rid of private ownership of property. We're going to abolish the police department. We're going to give it seize the means of production so that the state of New York, or like the city government of New York, is going to run the factories in New York. Like, he's just making shit up about Zohran. Like, the guy just does not exist in reality.
He's going to freeze their rent. No. First of all, the mayor has no ability to freeze anybody's rent. No legal ability. It's done by an independent board that is term appointed, and then
that's just cope. It's cope. Yeah, they don't have legal ability. The mayor doesn't have legal ability to do a lot of things, but they push for it and it gets done because they can influence different parts of the city. What the hell? There we go.
It's only for about 25% of the housing units, called the rent-stabilized units. So will have no consequence. It will never happen. We're going to have a government-owned grocery store, one in each borough. We have 16,000 grocery stores. 5 grocery stores are not going to make a difference. Free buses. It's not up to the mayor, it's up to the state. State said they're not going to do it. It's all BS. It's all campaign rhetoric. None of it will change anybody's life.
Governor, I know Columbus Day is safe with you, so you made that clear in the past, so that's a relief. I'm half Italian. But the other thing is just about your approach. When it comes to no cash bail, when it comes to keeping prisons open to put prisoners like Rikers Island, when it comes to sanctuary cities, are you open to maybe taking a different take, maybe like towards what Eric Adams was doing towards the end of his term, as opposed to the severe take that we're seeing with other mayors like the mayor of Chicago?
Yeah. Well, look, cashless bail they like to talk about. That was a law that I passed 6 years ago. It's been changed 4 times since then. So it's a totally different law now than it was then. In terms of Rikers Island, I think we should rebuild it. I think it should stay open where it is rather than building county jails all across the board.
Bro, this man is so ugly.
Public safety is job one. I want to hire 5,000 more police, 1,500 people in the subway, 1,500 police officers in the subway system. That's the first priority for me. And that fits with Republicans. I want to lower taxes because
so when the issue is affordability, he says that hiring 5,000 more police is the first priority for me. And we wonder why Cuomo lost the election. Dude, like, it's just so obvious he doesn't give a fuck about affordability because it's not on his radar at all. It's like he doesn't care about actually helping people because it's not on his radar. That's not the type of people that he's interacting with on a daily basis.
Losing companies, we're losing people. That fits with the Republicans. I want to pass a property tax cap on homeowners, which I did in the rest of the state when I was governor. That fits with the Republicans. You know, Fiorella LaGuardia said about being mayor, there's no Democratic or Republican way to pick up the garbage, right? It's a functional, operational job. And they know I know how to make government work. You know, if you live in New York, I built a new LaGuardia Airport, new Kennedy Airport, new Moynihan Train Hall, new Kosciuszko Bridge. I get things done. And you need a mayor who actually gets things done.
But Governor, if ICE sends you a detainer to your officers and they say, you have a criminal alien within your custody, are your cops going to honor that detainer and turn them over to ICE?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you mean by detainer. But look, I was governor.
It's a criminal detainer that you...
Bro, no one cares about this interview to the extent where they, started, dropping lighting fixtures in the background? Look at this guy's face. Look at this guy's face when he hears the crashing in the background.
Detainer and turn them over to ICE?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you mean by detainer. But look, I was governor.
It's a criminal detainer that you guys have in your
Bro, like, the disrespect is so fucking comical to me.
Are you going to turn them over?
If they have a criminal, yes. If they have a criminal, if we have a criminal in custody, yes. And I worked with the president and ICE when I was governor. So we worked through these issues. President Trump the first time sent the National Guard into 20 cities. What city did he not send them into? New York. Why? Because I was competent. He knew I was competent. We were running the state and the city well. So, you know, President Trump tends to take those more dramatic measures when he believes the city is out of control.
Like the mayor of San Francisco.
Have shown they can.
Like the mayor of San Francisco. He said, I got this, and I'm going to hold off. Governor, best of luck.
Thanks, Governor.
The big turnout is going to break your direction, and we're getting a big turnout on the lead up and then today.
Oh, my God, the copium.
Look forward to talking to you after the election.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Governor.
And if you win, will you come back with us tomorrow, please?
But not if you lose.
Tomorrow, if I win, I'm sleeping.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Morning show hosts don't sleep.
That's right.
So we got that, man. I'm Steve Ducey.
Oh my God, that was an embarrassing interview. Okay, come on. Let's get to the main event now. Zohran. Let's just. We have to see Fox News cry about it. Need to see more of this. New York City mayor election. What is this? Oh, this is what we just saw. I'm done. Okay, here's the breaking news.
We're also now getting preliminary results in the New York City mayoral election as well. Zohran Mamdani, Andrew Cuomo, Curtis Sliwa. This high-profile race that's garnered a lot of national attention. As it stands right now, just over half of the votes have been tallied, and right now, Mamdani with an 8-point advantage over Andrew Cuomo. Curtis Sliwa, who, by the way, we just saw, he started speaking moments ago. We'll do our best to replay some of Sliwa's remarks. He was speaking while we were in some of those other live speeches. Sliwa trailing with 8%. Of course, this is Mamdani and Cuomo that we've been following closely. I'm hearing from our producers that the Associated Press has officially called this in Zohran Mamdani's favor. So, presumably here in a moment, we will see the results get updated. We will see a check mark next to Zohran Mamdani's name, and that will, in fact, be a historical victory for a democratic socialist. Mamdani outpacing Andrew Cuomo.
Bro, it's the most begrudging listing off of a winner that I've ever heard. So this looks like it's I guess it is for Zohran, and historical victory of a socialist. Okay.
Mamdani outpacing Andrew Cuomo in the Democratic primary. Cuomo then turning his attention to run as an independent, where he was loosely endorsed by President Trump.
Bro, did they get William Shatner to do this? Why are they saying this?
Turning his attention to run as an independent, where he was loosely endorsed by President Trump in the final stretch of the campaign here. But ultimately, it doesn't look like that was enough to pull Cuomo ahead of Mamdani. Mamdani now being declared the official winner and the mayor-elect of the largest city in the nation. Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of New York, now officially falling short on his bid for the New York City mayorship. We do have standing by here Fox News' Connor Hansen. He's been tracking the results with us here. Connor, I know you've been tracking everything just like we have. This news just breaking from the Associated Press moments ago. This was a high-profile mayor's race. The whole nation was following it.
It sure is, Austin, and in the nation's largest city right here in New York City. I should say, though, the Fox Decision Desk still has this as too close to call for the mayor's race, although
it's over 100,000 more votes with I don't know what percentage they were reporting at, but it's over 100,000 more votes, an 8-point lead for Mamdani. The Fox News is saying that it's still too close to call.
Zohran Mamdani does have a significant lead with about 50% of the vote, leading former Governor Andrew Cuomo by about 8 percentage points. Curtis Sliwa with over 7% of that vote. So it's certainly looking good for Mamdani. We'll see if they make that call soon. It sounds like others have. Obviously, that was what was predicted heading into this. It's a similar margin as a lot of the polls we saw heading into this race for Mamdani with that solid lead, really ever since the primary, which was a little bit of a shocker how much he came out over Cuomo, who was then running as a Democrat as well before he switched to run as an independent.
Oh, you're saying that the guy betting, or the guy doing the voiceover, had money riding on Cuomo? For Zohran losing. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Oh man. Okay, so this is crazy. We'll table this drawing for now, even though drawing Cuomo is really fun. But we'll table it for now. Is my YouTube on this browser working? Wait for it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to restart my computer, but it's working on the other browser. Twitter is going insane, bro. Also, I have to change my bookmark. Twitter's going absolutely insane. It's crazy, the shit that you're seeing. Okay, what do we have from Vivek? Vivek the Snake, that's what I call him. What do we got? Oh, a Democrat beat the Republican in New Jersey. Okay, come on, hit me with the real truth. No sugarcoating, Vivek.
Jersey, Virginia, and New York City. Democrats swept all three. There's 2 key lessons for Republicans. Listen carefully. Number 1, our side needs to focus on affordability.
That's what you focused on in the last election, and you won. You're not delivering it, are you? Like, Donald Trump is literally making life worse for every American except, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe Elon Musk. Maybe Peter Thiel is enjoying his life more, but because I feel like Elon Musk is more depressed now than he was before Trump got into office.
American dream affordable. Bring down costs, electric costs, grocery costs, healthcare costs, and housing costs, and lay out how we're going to do it. And number 2, cut out the identity politics. It doesn't suit Republicans. It's not for us. That's the woke left's game, not ours.
Bro, the comment section has to be full of just racism, right? It's gotta be. Because he's basically saying just become Democrats. Just become like a progressive candidate. Because if you cut out identity politics and you focus on affordability and actually give real reasons on how you're going, or give real solutions to affordability issues, other than just scapegoating minority communities, you're not a Republican anymore. If you focus on, like, Republicans only have identity politics and hatred politics. And they don't, like, they say that they're targeting affordability and the solution is hatred. But obviously the solution to affordability is not hatred. They're just using hatred with the veneer of affordability. And so, yeah, you can't actually offer solutions as a Republican because you don't have any. You're right about affordability, but you're wrong about the rest. I do care about your religion. Bro, it's the fucking top comment. It's the top comment. Oh my god. You're right about affordability, but you're wrong about the rest. I do care about your religion and where a person came from. If you are not a follower and believer of Jesus Christ, then the answer should be no. This must be a Christian nation. It must. Oh my God. Never change, Twitter. Never change. If you need to find racism to an Indian's tweets or a Muslim's tweets, just you look no further than the top comment on any Twitter thread. The Republican Party must launch a deliberate and inclusive outreach campaign to expand its voting base. It is time to intensify efforts and intentionally welcome large numbers of Black Americans, African Americans, Muslims, atheists, Asians, Latinos, Caribbeans, and members of every other minority group who share conservative values. By prioritizing policy-focused messaging, the party can affirm that all Americans belong in the United States. But that's not what the Republican Party is right now. Top comment. No, we will not stop fighting against open borders and out-of-control immigration. Piss off. AI. Fucking AI generated image too for this, but yeah, like, it's so funny. The guy's like, oh yeah, we'll target minority groups that have historically not been conservative because conservatives are racist, and we'll get them into the party. And he's like, no, I don't want immigrants. Bro, these people are Americans? Like, you're giving the game away. Like, you're really giving the game away when you hear the term Black people and Muslims and you're like, immigrants. Okay, well, we know that when Republicans campaign against immigration, they're actually just campaigning against minorities in general and making a pro-white ethno-state argument. That's what they're doing. Identity politics, like saying American culture is lazy, those kind of identity politics, that's not identity politics. Republicans are already in charge and the cost of living has skyrocketed. Do I follow this person? I love you, Vivek, but I know you're a talented statesman, but if we cancel H-1B, won't homes immediately become more affordable? Anyway, so yeah, the Republicans on Twitter are not having a good time of it. What does its Vadim say? Okay, whatever. We'll cover that later. Brianna Wu, wasn't she getting paid by the same people that were paying Tim Pool? I've seen earlier speeches by Mamdani. Call me any name you want, scream all day at me. He clearly thinks America is a force for evil in the world and despises Israel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Can I vote for him again? Or I guess I didn't vote for him in the first place. Can I vote for him initially? He's hiding his views to win an election which is funded by CARE. This will be disastrous for Democrats. Oh my God, okay. What, CARE was funding the election? What is she talking about? CARE NYC election. CARE calls Mamdani's victory a historic turning point for Muslims in politics. Did it fund it? I mean, yeah, this is just like repurposing anti-Semitic tropes of Sarsour says Sarsour says Mamdani's biggest backer is CARE PAC. Who's Sarsour? Sarsour asserted during a panel that the Unity and Justice Fund was controlled by Council on American Islamic Relations and was a significant donor to Mamdani's campaign. Linda Sarsour, a Muslim American activist at the CARE 2025 Leadership and Policy Conference, she said that CARE donated to Mamdani's campaign. Okay, well, good job. They funded him to victory. Everyone should be funded by CARE because apparently they're a very effective super PAC. How do I get funded by CARE? What's this? This is a challenge for everyone who believes individuals and companies should not be silenced in talking about Palestine. Okay, come on. Give me more shit. Give me more Republican tears. Oh, a reincarnated Charlie Kirk.
Public back, folks.
Let's go.
There it is. Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened. Remember.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Erica Kirk is holding Charlie in the exact same way she was holding JD Vance. My God, the plot thickens. I need to save this clip now. This is crazy. I need to start watching those body language analysis videos on this channel, and so I can actually get to the bottom of this
Charlie
alleged infidelity from the grave that Charlie Kirk is experiencing from his wife.
Remember where you were when this happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment, you said it's time to actually participate. And look
what is this video? New York City, New Jersey, Virginia, get out and vote today. Do it for Charlie. What are the comments? You may have taken... Oh my... Dude, this is way too cringy. This is way too cringy for me. You may have taken down one of our lions, but now you've awoken the entire pride. Oh, here we go. Republicans posting memes where they compare themselves to Homelander. The definitely not psychotic and evil and super stable character who is the representation of hope and individuality and independence. That's Homelander. I am Charlie Kirk. Oh my God. Dude, what the fuck is going on with Republicans? This guy, quite obviously divorced, in a Tesla, wearing an X hat. My God, he's wearing an X hat. I voted sticker, nothing wrong with that. And then he's wearing an I heart. Maybe he's not divorced. He's got the black ring on. He has an I am Charlie Kirk shirt. Bro, I was not expecting this meme. This broke me. What does this even mean? What does this mean? It's like... I just imagine a Republican guy just LARPing now. He's just like, turns around to his wife. I'm going off to vote for Charlie. And then you just see him running down the road. It's like, the polling location's 3 miles. Don't you want to take the car? He's like, no, I got this. For Charlie, I'm going to do it. He has like he's got a stick that looks like a sword that he found in his backyard that he thought was cool. He's like, 2 minutes later, he's like, no, 2 minutes is being generous. 30 seconds later, his wife picks him up with a bag lunch. Do you want me to drive you? Yeah, please drive me. He just starts running away in the distance. I voted to honor Charlie. It's kind of funny, like, were these people not going to vote without Charlie Kirk? They only voted for Charlie Kirk. I still have hope for New Jersey and Virginia. NYC is a lost cause. Sliwa had to drop out. Yeah, if Sliwa dropped out, Mamdani still would have won. Like, I love the post where people are like, Mamdani's going to make so many New Yorkers leave New York. Okay, well, the only ones that would leave New York are the rich ones, and that would actually drive down the cost of living because it would make apartments and other housing more affordable. So, sure, you want a bunch of rich people to move to Florida? Go for it. New Yorkers, free stuff. These are funny. They're not actually funny. Naive leftist losers. Love this. Love just this racism. Wait, what is this? Bull Moose American. Again, an AI generated profile picture. Wow. And he went for the double whammy AI generated profile picture and banner. He said Mamdani will destroy New York. He's a Trojan horse because he's Zohran Mamdani is Muslim, so of course he wants to bring in Sharia law. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, we'll go over a few more of these memes because they are good. But anti-American policies. Donald Trump defines America as supporting ICE and the police. These are literally like the opposite of the things America was founded on. Corruption. Those are the candidates that the Republicans, the candidates that the Republicans wanted for New York. They wanted because they were corrupt, because they could put their finger on the on the Justice Department to investigate Eric Adams and Cuomo and then control him for that. Poverty. Zohran wants to increase the minimum wage. He wants to make things cheaper. He wants to make grocery stores cheaper, buses more cheap, housing more affordable, rampant crime. Instead of just throwing more cops at issues, Zohran Mamdani wants to actually tailor-make different crime forces or like mental health organizations to deal with crime that the police are inadequate at dealing with. Economic upheaval. I mean, sure, that's not necessarily a bad thing. He wants to first of all, it's an increased tax of 2%, and he wants to charge that tax so that he can make things more affordable for people. If you call affordability economic upheaval, then I'm in favor of that. And if you're against economic upheaval, why the fuck do you support Donald Trump and the Republicans? Like, every other week, he wants to put more tariffs out or take them off for insane reasons, like the president insulted me, the president of Canada insulted me by putting out an ad for the Super Bowl. They put out an ad against me, and so I'm going to add more tariffs onto Canada. Like, it's insane. Do it for Charlie. That says it all. The left's hateful ideology led to this martyrdom. Oh my god. Like, dude, you can't say that Zohran Mamdani is like a jihadist when these Republican psychos are literally like, Charlie's a martyr and we're going to be politically activated because of Charlie Kirk's martyrdom. Now he's saying that he's Islamic. Want to avenge my death in the most effective way possible. Vote. Weird that they're just like putting a quote there. Candace Owens, not voting until we learn the truth about who killed Charlie. What is this? This guy's just like repeating Candace Owens and saying that you shouldn't. Wait, so Candace Owens is actually advocating for people to not vote for Cuomo because she thinks he's funded by Israel and she thinks that Israel killed Charlie Kirk? Holy shit, dude, that's actually pretty funny. Dude, the Republican Party is in shambles. Like, I don't think they've been this separated, this vulcanized for a long time. I really think this is like the most shambles up they are. Okay, what is this? Breaking: Elon Musk just now exposed NYC's election as a fraud. No ID is required. Other mayoral candidates appear twice. Cuomo's name is last in bottom right. I absolutely do. He exposed it? How did he? Okay, like, yeah, we lose elections, and so we're just going to say that they're rigged. That's what you hear here. Okay, I need to see more shit here. I need to see more Republican stuff. It looks like New York, the city with the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, just elected a violently anti-Jewish mayor. Let that sink in. Ben M. Friedman. We can only pray.
You don't? No? So no. How do you feel about the NYPD? Yeah, good. No. You like crime? You like radical Islam?
When did I know it's been a thing for a while, but can we try to make harassing people on the street into unacceptable content again? Like, this is just not good content. Harassing random people on the street, like, you're not even having thoughtful, engaging conversations. You're just yelling at people. Do you like Muslims? You like Muslims? You like criminals?
Why do you guys like crime so much? You don't like crime. You don't? No? So no. How do you feel about the NYPD?
Well, they don't like crime. So not a big fan of the NYPD when it's a criminal organization.
Yeah, good. No. You like crime? You like radical Islam? You like terrorism? You fund the NYPD?
Oh, terrorism. There you go.
Oh, you don't? You know that Zohran has tweeted multiple times about defunding the
He's going to do it. Cry more.
The NYPD? I do. Yeah, you do? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Dude, I love this. Like, yeah, I do want to defund them. They have fucking tanks and like sonar cannons. Yes, I want to defund the NY. No, doesn't the NYPD have a fucking submarine? Yeah, let's defund them.
You hate this city. You saving New York City from socialism?
Hold on. That might be a soundbite. That might be a soundbite I need to capture.
No. Oh, you don't? You know that Zohran has tweeted multiple times about defunding the police. You want to defund the NYPD? I do. Yeah, you do? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you hate this city.
Hate this city. That's such a good soundbite.
Are you saving New York City from socialism?
No.
We're gonna bankrupt this city. Good luck. You too.
Have I seen this woman before? Is she a Zionist? Is she the crazy Zionist that I've been covering?
From socialism?
No.
We're gonna bankrupt this city. Good luck. You too. Have a fat.
Dude, it's literally a family with pushing a baby in their stroller, just coming home from like after work and then voting after work. And they're just getting screamed at by this psychotic, crazy woman. God, like, you're recording this shit. This is like a crime. Yeah, I think she's like the absolute psycho that I spent an evening covering. Yeah, Lizzie, that sounds familiar.
It's about defunding the police. You want to defund?
You hate the city. Just the absolute hatred in her voice. She really turned it up to 11. Like, if this was an animated piece of media that I saw, I'd be like, God damn, that voice actress killed it.
The NYPD? I do. Yeah, you do? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you hate this city. Are you saving New York City from socialism?
No.
We're gonna bankrupt this city.
Like, she's recording herself being an absolute freak, accosting a couple just returning home from voting and having a good time, being proud in who they're voting for. And the guy's just like, oh my goodness. And then they keep walking and she just keeps ranting to herself after them. Like, yeah, goddamn, there is no difference between this person and someone who's having a mental health episode on the street. The only difference is that there's a camera here and she's a conservative plant in the media in order to support Israel.
Good luck. You too. Have a
Lizzie's
fabulous
Zionist.
day. You want a sticker? Yeah, what question?
Ah, man, this poor volunteer is like, do you want a sticker? Lizzie Savetsky. Hold on, I need to see a little bit more of her content. I forgot how crazy she was.
What our priorities are when it comes to philanthropy.
All right, I'm just looking for Zohran related content right now.
From Ben Platt, who is supposed to be one of our most famous Jewish representatives, who has repeatedly exploited his Jewish identity for his career, and he's been extremely successful.
Oh my god. Oh my dude, she did not just criticize someone who's Jewish for talking about their Jewishness. You are the one that's criticizing someone for exploiting their Jewish identity for their career? Oh my god. Oh my god. That actually like hit me like a shockwave. The absolute lack of self-awareness from that stunned me. Like, yeah, call him a token Jew, but criticizing him for exploiting his Jewish identity, that blew me away.
Guys, I am fuming. I see this post just now from Ben Platt, who is supposed to be one of our most famous Jewish representatives, who has repeatedly exploited his Jewish identity for his career, and he's been extremely successful. And he's extremely talented, and he has a huge following. And he's talking about his support for Zohran Mamdani.
I don't know who Ben Platt
is.
is.
Supporting Mamdani. I am so angry because he has followers who will listen to him. And Zohran Mamdani is the biggest danger in our entire lifetime to the Jewish people in America. And the fact that we have a strong Jewish voice supporting him is psychotic. And it's going to get so bad in New York City after Zohran Mamdani becomes mayor. Ben Platt will have contributed to his win. And
Really? You couldn't have done this in one take? You had to chop up the video and edit it? Edit out your psychotic breakdowns that didn't make the screen? Like, This is the content that you thought was acceptable. What did you cut?
To the danger that my family is put in. And so, yeah, I'm pissed off. This is life or death. And Ben Platt
He's a Broadway
is
actor.
siding with the people who are going to endanger all of us. And that is unforgivable. And there is absolutely zero excuse for that.
Oh, fuck. That go for too long. Ben Platt weaponizing his his Jewishness in order to make a career. I really think that oh wait, this is another psychotic video. Some people need to just be given like little black mirror rectangles and told that it's a phone so they can record themselves and then upload it to a place that like just doesn't exist. What was it? It was like a movie or a TV show or something where they're like, yeah, I hooked up a fake blog for someone and they just write in this blog and it goes to nowhere. Like, that's what she needs. She needs a TikTok or a Twitter outlet that just goes to nowhere, that no one can see it. And so she can keep venting her psychosis, but it doesn't have to be put onto a public venue where people can actually witness it. Because it is just sad at a point.
Hey guys, once again, the reel yesterday was a joke. We are just trolling Mamdani and his campaign because he said that there should be no billionaires in existence, and his whole campaign about hot girls for Mamdani. And
Mamdani and his whole campaign about hot girls for Mamdani.
And his whole campaign about hot girls for Mamdani. And, you know, his whole platform is about socialism, and he, in fact, himself is a Nepo baby. My husband, Ira, and I are not Nepo babies.
If you had a wealthy upbringing, that doesn't mean you're a Nepo baby. A Nepo baby is specifically someone who got a leg up in the industry that they're in, the same industry that their parents are in, because of their parents' positions in that industry. Just being like rich and having a good standing, like having a good starting point in life, that's not nepotism. This has become an overused word where the people don't actually know the true definition of. Yes, he was lucky. He was affluent. Like, his parents were wealthy. Cry about it more? Like, I thought that's something that the Republicans were in favor of. I thought the whole, they want to do a death tax for your relatives when they die. The Democrats are evil because they want to tax rich people when they die, so they can't maintain all of that wealth and pass it down generationally.
We have worked extremely hard for everything that we have. Nobody paved the way for us. We did everything ourselves, okay? We're literally...
You're literally getting chauffeured around. You're in the back seat of a car. What do you... You're literally getting chauffeured around when you're like, we did everything ourselves. Guys, I have something to say now. Why does she always look so creepy? She's wearing fur. And she is a creepy person. Okay, last video. Jews for Mamdani? Here's my take on that. Okay, give us your hot take, Lizzie. Give us your hot take.
Between 10 or 12% of Jews in New York are voting for Mamdani. Do they not see the clear signs?
Do they not see? Get it? Jews that would vote for Mamdani, they not see. They do not see. The Jews that vote for Mamdani do not see.
Tikkun Olam'd ourselves into oblivion. We've been so concerned with helping every other marginalized group that we have neglected ourselves. And even now, when we are in the line of fire...
Bro. This is interesting. It's interesting. Like, this is the woke conservatism, right? Where, like, you hear this about white people as well. White people help other races of people too much, but they need to help ourselves now. Every other race helps each other, or helps the members of their own race only, so we need to do that too. We're not going to give welfare to migrants anymore. We're not going to like let in Haitians into this country. We're not going to let in Mexicans anymore. You see this from the top down. Like literally, the White House released an ad where they're like, the Democrats want to give health care to illegal aliens. Okay, well, can we get healthcare for people, like free healthcare for people first? Like, is that something that we can do? It's a common talking point, and what's ironic is this same talking point is used by Nazis against Jews, not only in Israel, but Jews in America as well. Like, this is a talking point that is repurposed by the Nazis of the Republican Party into being an anti-Semitic talking point. She's saying the Jews that are supportive of Mamdani are just thinking about the other minorities, but we can't think about them. We need to only think about ourselves. So I'm not going to vote for Zohran Mamdani. Like, race isn't a real thing, and we should just try to do social programs for everyone. There is no, I'm going to help members of my own race rather than a different group of people. Like, she's just spouting racism. That's what she is, and racism is bad for a lot of reasons, which I hope the people in my chat and the people watching the stream understand, because I'm going to quit YouTube if I have to explain why racism is bad.
We are in the line of fire ourselves. We are still holding out hope that all of these people that we stood with are somehow going to like us and accept us if we stand with them and against our own people. That is naive, and it is suicidal empathy. It is completely misguided, and it will only hurt all of us.
Between 10.
Like, why is she supportive of Cuomo then? Cuomo's Italian. Wouldn't she recommend Cuomo to not support Jewish people and just support Italians? This whole worldview, obviously, like, racist worldviews have no standing when put up against any kind of scrutiny, but it's popular. This is obviously appealing to it's obviously appealing to a specific section of people in the Republican base, which are like Christian and Jewish Zionists, like religious Zionists and also racist Zionists. And it does appeal to Nazi, like it's fuel for Nazi Zionists as well, where they're like, yeah, Jews should go to Israel, but then we're not going to have anything to do with Israel because fuck the Jews. That's like, yeah, Candace Owens literally agrees with that. That's the same argument that she was making about Hitler. Like, Candace Owens said that Hitler was fine until he tried to expand his influence outside of the borders of Germany. She's like, oh yeah, Hitler was a German leader for German people. And what he was doing was fine. He was just trying to unify Germany. But then he started spreading, he set his sights outside of Germany. Like, you're repeating talking points that Nazi defenders and the Nazis themselves used to genocide the people you claim to represent. Like, I feel like the German Jews that got put in the Holocaust would puke if they knew that this is who they're represented by. But yeah, like, these talking points are just have been used for hate throughout history. Anyway, fucking hilarious here. Like, man learns how democracy works. Who's this guy? I don't care. And host of Your Voice America, and when more people vote for a blue candidate than a red candidate, the blue candidate wins. Wow, we learn, and when we listen. Wait, he dropped a teaser about who? Wait, Vincent, who did Amon Animations just drop a teaser for? Yeah, if there weren't so many people if there weren't more people voting for the Democrats and the Republicans, then the Republicans would have had more votes. Okay, the Republicans go vote. California. So this is who they wanted to vote for. Oh yeah, so we're saying that, did I hear this correctly? The Prop 50 passed in California, so gerrymandering is on the table for California. It's fucking sweet, bro. Who's this guy? I saw this guy getting lambasted because like he's a gay Republican or something. Zohran Mamdani is officially mayor of New York. The city is known as the greatest in the world. It's now run by a jihadist from Uganda. Okay, come on. Oh, 3 minutes of straight up racism? I don't know if I can handle all 3 minutes of this. Dude, I'm sorry guys, like stop me if this gets boring to you, but I don't ever go on to Twitter. Oh, the NYC debate. Okay, I definitely have to watch that when it comes out. But yeah, I don't ever go on to Twitter. And I opened up Twitter to like DM someone or something today, and I just saw my timeline inundated with conservatives crying and pissing themselves about Mamdani winning. So you have to humor me about this. I don't know who any of these people are. I'm just scrolling, and you're all along for the ride.
Goodbye, New York. Goodbye, Zohran the Muslim Mamdani.
Is this a New York accent? Zohran the Muslim Mamdani
Has officially.
So, like, is it sexist of me to say that his breasts are distracting? Like, what is going on with your shirt, my dude?
Been elected as the mayor of New York
Okay.
City. Zohran Mamdani, a man who is a communist. He is a Muslim. He believes in jihad. He believes in Sharia law.
What is his accent? Is it the Borat? Is he just doing Borat right now?
He believes that prostitution in New York should be legal. He believes that the state should run the grocery stores.
Like, someone needs to buy this man a bra. Holy shit. I'm sorry, like, it's just annoying. What is this? Mamdani doesn't seem to care that Dick Cheney died. Bro, the Republicans abandoned Dick Cheney. The Republicans Donald Trump said Liz Cheney should be fucking shot. She should be put in front of a firing squad so she knows what it's like to be shot at. Bro, now you're crying that Zohran doesn't seem to care that Dick Cheney died? Just wait until this jihadist wins. Well, he won. He won. Cry more. Cry more. Come on. Come on. Show me the part where Zohran doesn't care about Dick Cheney's death.
When did that happen? Just earlier this morning.
So you actually have Zoran's reaction. This is a cool video.
When did that happen? Just earlier this morning.
Dude, fucking perfect reaction. That's a perfect reaction. Shakes the head, goes back to what he's doing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's an amazing... I couldn't have asked for a better reaction. It was oh, when did it happen this morning? Okay. Okay, so anyway, so how's it been working at the poll? It's so fucking good. Also, yes, his wife is very good looking. Emma Vigeland getting vindicated after her 2024 election debacle 1 year later, and she's much happier. Oh man, I have to go over this reaction one more time. That cracked me up. And the fucking framing, the people crying about it. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. Why would he give a fuck? Why would he possibly give a fuck?
When did that happen? Just earlier this morning.
Dude, it's literally like a fucking sitcom. Like, that's a joke. That's such a joke. You're like, oh, okay. And then the punchline is they go back to what they're doing. That's like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia thing. Oh my god. And the Republicans pissed off. Oh yeah. Let's make the Statue of Liberty. Let's use AI to make the Statue of Liberty look like us. Look like a bunch of alcoholics that are addicted to nicotine and down in our lives. LMAO, Trump hasn't even said a word about Cheney's death, and he is the president. Also, why would anyone care about Cheney's death? Over 200,000 people died. Yeah, I mean, he brought us into the Iraq War. He showed more care with his nod than I have in my entire existence. Dude, like, this is the thing. I said Donald Trump has abandoned the Cheneys. He abandoned Dick Cheney. He abandoned Liz Cheney. And the Republican voter base have gone along with him. You can't cry now that Zohran Mamdani just, like, gave a nod and then went back to what he was doing. You can't cry about that. People aren't going to care because dude, Kamala Harris ran with Liz Cheney. She campaigned with Liz Cheney, and you're going to act like, oh my God, a Republican icon. You're a fixture from the past, bro. If that's the kind of shit you're posting there, that just made Zohran look fucking hilarious.
Curtis? I'll send it to him because you know I needed it. Good. Hey, Curtis, you're a fucking scumbag like I said all along, all of these months. You fucking got 8% of the vote. You split the fucking vote for the $7 million. You were a scumbag. I hope every New Yorker spits in your fucking face every single day.
Holy shit. That's impressive. Look at how red his face gets. Welcome to the new Mecca, formerly known as New York City, from ground zero to ground Sharia. These jihadists will rape your daughters and make 9/11 look like a dress rehearsal. Okay, well, not hiding her power level in the racism there. Isn't Mecca literally just synonymous with a place that people want to go and visit? Like, I know it's an official Islamic religious thing, but it's also just a term of, like, a term of places where people want to travel to.
It's up to you, New York.
Okay, not gonna play any more of that. Oh, Laura Ingraham, come on, let's go. Newsom's plan is to make California a whole lot bluer, picking up 5 seats by gerrymandering. Princeton called it one of the 2 worst in 50 years. The left screams about democracy, then redraws the lines to erase it. Motherfucker, the Republicans in Texas started this shit. Okay, Carl Higbee on his weird show that he does out of his mother's basement.
Out of the water. Democrats appeal to your emotions. You see this? Over 83% of the population lives in those tiny blue areas. You know what happens in those huge red areas? They produce most of the stuff that those blue areas consume. The food we eat is more than 90% produced in those red areas for those grocery stores that Mamdani is promising.
Is this just an argument to return to voting rights by land? He's just like, yes, we should go back to when people got votes based off of the amount of slaves that they had on their properties. Let's go back to that.
Everyone access to. That, by the way, recently had to pay a higher tax to bring those goods into Manhattan, which made it more expensive. And when I say Democrats don't understand how the food is grown, like, it doesn't just show up on a shelf somewhere. You need proof?
Oh my God, you guys. I just checked on my community garden slot and I was so nervous because I was in New York for 2 weeks in recess. Look. Oh my God, look at this. Look at the collard greens.
AOC has discovered agriculture, but her awe of a plant growing in dirt is shared.
Bro, you literally are like, AOC doesn't understand how to grow food, and then showed a video of her gardening? You said that liberals just assume food shows up on shelves, and then you showed a video of AOC gardening and talking about her like, what? I thought your point was that liberals don't understand how food is grown, but you just showed a clip of her growing food and, like, understanding how to grow it. What is he talking about? What? Your argument is that now liberals don't. You should get votes based off of the amount of food you grow. What? Okay, I was thinking this guy was going to be boring, but he just fascinated me with this.
That, by the way, recently had to pay a higher tax to bring those goods into Manhattan, which made it more.
Yeah, she's excited about it because she left for like a few weeks and came back and the plants grew. Like, yeah, that's fairly common to grow something and be like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like now I can eat it. Like, I feel like this guy has obviously never grown anything.
More expensive.
Also, why does he look like he's about to cry?
And when I say Democrats don't understand how the food is grown, like, it doesn't just show up on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, like obviously she's excited, but the guy's like, Democrats don't understand how food is grown. Here, let me show you how AOC is literally growing her own food. You can't make this shit up. Like, this is shockingly stupid. It's shockingly stupid, and that this is his rhetorical strategy. I'm going to try to make the case that Democrats only win in cities, right? So what can I use to show, like, all of those maps where most of the country is red except for the cities? How can we use that to say that the Democrats are wrong somehow? Well, we'll say that the farmers are the real important people, and oh yeah, here's a great one. We'll also say that the liberals don't even know where food comes from. Okay, that's great. And how can we support that? We're going to need some kind of nail in the coffin to really drive this home. Oh my God. My intern found a video of AOC growing a garden. Wow. And then we'll say that they don't know how food's grown by showing the most famous Democrat growing food in her garden. That will really show people.
Where you need proof?
Oh my god, you guys. I just checked on...
Also, AOC's garden does look good.
AOC has discovered agriculture, but her awe of a plant growing in dirt is shared.
You're literally like, AOC doesn't know where food has come from, but she discovered agriculture.
By like 80% of most people in the cities. Sure, places like her home of New York or San Francisco and any of the major cities. Sure, those are financial hubs that contribute the vast majority to our economic output, but their computers, their lights, their heating.
Are you going to say that farmers don't get excited when they see their crops grow? Are you going to say that they're not happy when they see their colored green sprouting out of the dirt?
Their air conditioning.
Farmers are the nerdiest people about agriculture there are. Like, of course, they have to. That's a requirement of the job.
On the trading floors are powered by electricity generated by power plants predominantly in the red areas. The power with oil and coal and mined and drilled in red areas. The processing chips are built with minerals also mined in the red. Well, sometimes it's actually a lot. It's from China. But what's not is mined in the red areas. Either way, it's not mined in the cities, not like under 3rd Avenue. They're built in factories that have moved out of most of the cities because it's too expensive with real estate taxes.
Holy shit, he got cut off on his own show. ISIS endorses Zohran, no joke, New York is cooked. Okay, well, I want to... Oh, what the fuck? We just have 9/11 on the main line? Okay, here we go. Drew Pavlo, famous socialist Drew Pavlo, says Hassan Piker just went full mask off at the Zohran election victory party. Declares it a tragedy that the USA defeated the Soviet Union in the Cold War. AOC embraced him on camera just 2 minutes before he said this.
Done.
What do you think it means that this guy ran as a socialist and anti-communism did it?
Can't believe that Hassan is an advocate of the Soviet Union. So that's so horrible. The repercussions of this are massive.
To stop him. That's big.
Yeah, I think we are in the heart of the imperial core. This is the country that defeated the USSR, unfortunately. And the reality of the matter is, there's a lot of antagonism. There's no class consciousness in the United States of America. It's one of the...
I can't believe that Hassan just like said America should have lost the Cold War and actually we should have gotten nuked. That's absolutely disgusting. Dude, like, are you serious? What is your life if you watch this clip? First of all, are you watching Hassan streams like 24/7 and then finding these clips? What is your life if you get outraged by this clip of Hassan making a fucking joke at a Zohran Mamdani rally? Like, everyone's celebrating Zohran winning. Everyone's just lambasting Republicans. And you have the fucking shit-lib, miserable, anti-progressive dumbasses that you see online just having a miserable time, and they're like, Hassan said that the United States unfortunately beat the Soviet Union in the Cold War. He went fully mask off. You're a sniveling child, dude. It's just, it really is embarrassing. Like, a historic election, a glimmer of hope in the fight against fascism in America, and you're like, Hassan made an offhanded comment which was meant to be humorous. I can't believe it. Also, even if it wasn't humorous, who gives a fuck? Who gives an actual fuck? I can't believe that Hassan I can't believe Hassan made a comment saying that the United States should have lost the Cold War. That's going to change my life. That's going to really endanger millions of people's lives.
Help you today. I promise you. Like he helped to Trump, he's gonna help you. God of Israel gonna help you. Help you today. I promise you. Like he helped to.
Bro, you can just see how uncomfortable Cuomo is interacting with any member of the public. Cuomo's like, well, they said it was the God of Israel, but I'm Italian. We actually needed the God of Italy to come after us. 51% of Virginians are apparently for the murder of Republicans' children. This is what we're up against. These people want you dead. They could not be any clearer about it. This is a fight, right? What are they talking about? Why are they saying that Jay Jones wants to murder Republican children? That's pretty sick, though. Virginia voted for a Democrat. For the AG. Alright, come on. Two more. MAGA voice breaking. It's confirmed Chester County is stealing the election for Republicans. Voters are getting turned away. All right, come on.
Independent or third-party voter in the county and showed up to the polls this morning was told their name is not on the. Well, it's election day, and we have been getting tons of phone calls and messages about one particular problem here in Chester County. Anyone who's a registered independent or third-party voter in the county and showed up to the polls this morning was told their name is not on the voter rolls. It is a county-wide issue.
Wow, that's so crazy that you've been getting hundreds of calls and you have no one there or any actual evidence of this. Jay Jones is a baby murderer, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty fucking based. Chaos ensues at Andrew Cuomo's party. Several attendees begin shaming Curtis Sliwa, calling him a spoiler.
That's it.
Wake up, New York! Shame on you, Curtis Sliwa! You throw the
And only good vibes at that party. Hold on. Now I'm curious.
election! You're a scumbag! You will never be loved in New York City ever again! You are a scumbag! Thomas Sliwa's a scumbag! Shame on Curtis Sliwa! He fucked the whole fucking thing up! New York City! Fuck Sliwa! New York City! You fucked New York City! By Soros and Mamdani! He threw the election!
It is delusional to think that every single vote that Sliwa got would go to Cuomo. It was very clear that Sliwa was campaigning against Cuomo. Play. Come on, play. There's a video, CNN. Hit me with the video. Play. I just want to see Cuomo.
Congratulations to Zohran Mamdani. No.
Dude, Cuomo's just like an old dog that's like a piece of bacon drops on the ground and the dog's like, ugh. I don't want the bacon, but then again, I don't really care about it. Like, I'm let me just fucking like go upstairs and I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just waiting for death. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from Cuomo. All of his supporters like, come on, let's fucking go. And he's like, oh my God. Lost to this guy fucking twice and they still want me to campaign against. I just want to retire to Florida. I'm done, man. Like, he just looks so fucking tired and done with this shit. Droopy Cuomo. What's the like droopy faced dog on Looney Tunes who's all wrinkled up? This is what Cuomo is.
That is not right. That is not right, and that is not us. That is not us. Tonight was their night, and as they start to transition to government...
Dude, they're transing the government. I knew that Zohran was gonna trans people, but I didn't think he'd trans the entire government.
And as they start to transition to government, we will all help any way we can because we need our New York City government to work. We want it to work for all New Yorkers because our city is the greatest city in the world, and we will unite for New York City because we love...
And this is Cuomo. Cuomo after the general election.
New York City.
Bro, getting fucking booed by your own people. Or this one. Cuomo holding up the I'm so happy. Cuomo when another billionaire offers him $1 million. Yes, sure, please. I'm so happy. Give me the money. I'll spend it on AI.
Curtis Lewa!
Curtis Lewa. Oh, this guy wants to... Okay, here we go. Zohran Mamdani win. You ruined our city. Naturally, you're dancing on its grave. Hot girls for Zohran. Dude, the fucking hot girls for Cuomo thing actually instigated a hot girls for, oh no! Okay. It instigated a vastly more popular hot girls for Zohran shirt. Look at this shit. No way. No fucking way. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Okay, I think this is a good time to end the Twitter section of this. Kamala Harris literally said, I'm sorry about Dick Cheney's loss. I saw Adam Friedland. Dude, this, I fucking retweeted this because this cracked me up. So Kamala Harris, oh yes, thank you, Kyle. You don't have to do this. Kamala Harris, people were joking about it. As soon as Dick Cheney died, people were joking like, oh, of course, here come the Democrats, here come the libs to whitewash Cheney's death, right? I am saddened to learn of the passing of former Vice President Dick Cheney. Vice President Cheney was a devoted public servant from the halls of Congress to many positions of leadership in multiple presidential administrations. His passing marks the loss of a figure who, with a strong sense of dedication, gave so much of his life to the country he loved. Doug and I are keeping Lynn, their daughters Liz and Mary, and the entire Cheney family in our thoughts during this difficult time. Ooh, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Oh my God, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And then Kyle Kalinske says, you don't have to do this. Then you have this tweet from Adam Friedland. Dick Cheney is dead. Despite the fact that his actions directly resulted in the deaths of millions, he showed courage at the end of his life to step across the aisle and endorse Kamala Harris in this last election. Bro, anytime a liberal brings up Dick Cheney and how he was a public servant and they're thinking about his family during this trying time, this is a perfect tweet of this. Despite the fact that his actions directly resulted in the deaths of millions of people, He at least showed courage at the end of his life to endorse Kamala Harris in the latest election. Dude, I did not think that Kamala Harris was going to be this bad. I did not think it was going to be this bad, man. Yeah, like, what's the death toll of the Iraq War? Iraq War death toll. 122,000 civilians. Iraq Family Health Survey, 151,000 deaths, 600,000 violent deaths out of 654, almost 655,000 excess deaths. 460,000 deaths in Iraq as a direct or indirect result of the war, including more than 60% of deaths attributable to violence, directly attributable to violence. I mean, this is just like directly attributable to violence. 460,000 people, 600,000 people, documented deaths from violence. And this is like direct body counts. Hundreds of thousands of people were killed in this war because of Dick Cheney. And you have Kamala Harris being like, he was a public servant who gave so much of his life to the country he loved. Oh boy, I mean, Jesus Christ, why the fuck would she post this? You don't have to do this, lol. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think that's enough Twitter for today, honestly. I think we can end the tirade of Republican tears with Kamala Harris crying for Dick Cheney. Jesus. That's also just the Iraq War. Oh yeah, Afghanistan too. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with Kamala Harris? Like her political instincts are just absolutely backwards. Okay.
Desk can now project New York City has elected
man, Sean Hannity crying. My rich friends are gonna leave the city. It's so fucking good. Okay, here we go. Fox News, where Sliwa and Mamdani performed the
Bill
best.
Hemmer at the board breaking down the results tonight. Bill, as all of this sort of settles in, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And you think about the last 7 days of this campaign, how they were trying to drive Curtis Sliwa's numbers down. There was an active campaign here in New York City, and it was in your face just about every day. On top of that, they tried to get each other to drop out, right, during the debate season of 3 weeks ago. The effort to draw Sliwa voters away from him kind of worked, and I'm going to show you why, okay? He's down to single digits. Wasn't enough, all right? Cuomo's at 41.5. Come down here to Staten Island, all right? This is where Sliwa is the strongest. He checked in at 21% of the vote, which is, it's not nothing, okay? But I'm going to show you something from 4 years ago that really stands out. 4 years ago, Sliwa was at 70%. In that one borough of Staten Island, least populated of the 5. I grant you that. About 500,000 people live there. But if the idea was to get those voters, all 69,924 of them, and find a way to support...
So basically what they're saying is Cuomo sucked all of the voters that were available to suck away from Sliwa already. Like, Sliwa dropping out wouldn't have changed this election. Literally, if everyone that voted for Sliwa instead voted for Cuomo, Cuomo still would have lost to Zohran. But we know that the people that wanted Zohran to lose extremely, they really wanted Zohran to lose, they were already voting for Cuomo. People that voted for Sliwa did it as a protest vote against Cuomo, and if Sliwa did drop out, they simply would stay home, or they'd vote for Zohran, because no one that votes for Sliwa likes Cuomo. Okay, Check this out.
We do want to get now to
Denver.
some breaking news in big national races happening across the country where it's been a Democratic sweep tonight.
Yeah, big time. 2 key gubernatorial races in Virginia and New Jersey called early tonight, and the highly contested New York City mayoral race making history. Fox 31's Talia Cunningham following it all for us, new here at 9. Talia.
Well, Jeremy, Christine, good evening. It was indeed a Democratic sweep tonight as early polling projected. However, this general election is so important because it poses as an early test of Donald Trump's presidency and the temperature of voters heading into midterm elections next year, especially after the Democrats took a huge loss in the presidential election last year. So let's start in Virginia tonight, where the seat was actually flipped. Former CIA agent and Democrat Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger beating the current Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. Spanberger 57.
It's a former CIA agent. Jesus, why are there so many CIA agents that are Democratic candidates? There's Alyssa Slotkin, is a former CIA agent. Now Abigail Spanberger is.
7% to Earl Sears, 43%. This really was not a close race as expected. Spanberger had a double-digit lead going into today, and this race was called very quickly. The former federal agent making history at 46 years old tonight as the first woman to become governor of Virginia with a campaign focus on national security tonight as called beating the current Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome.
Oh, she's the lieutenant governor. I'm like, wait, she's a woman that she was running against. No, she was the lieutenant governor. Okay.
At 46 years old tonight as the first woman to become governor of Virginia with a campaign focus on national security and the federal workforce. As you can see right here, she took the stage tonight to celebrate the Commonwealth's historic win. Listen.
My fellow Virginians, tonight, we sent a message. Tonight, we turned a page. We turned that page by listening to our neighbors, focusing on practical results, laying out a clear agenda, and leading with decency and determination.
All right, let's go to the Garden State tonight. New Jersey was expected to be a very tight race, and it shocked many that it wasn't. Democrat and former
that's a pretty good win too.
Navy pilot Mikey Sherrill, the projected winner of this race with 56% of the vote, to Republican Jack Ciattarelli's 44% of the vote. This is Ciattarelli's third loss in the race for governor. Now let's go to the Big Apple, where the closely watched New York City mayoral race has a historic finish. Democrat Zohran Mamdani is the projected winner with 50% of the vote to Andrew Cuomo's 42%. Is the watch New York City mayoral race has a historic finish. Democrat Zohran Mamdani is the projected winner with 50%.
Bro, how can no one pronounce his last name? It's not a hard last name to pronounce. Like four consonants and 3 vowels. You can figure it out. There's no like trick pronunciations to it. It's just phonetically, it's like English phonetics. It's regular American English phonetics.
50% of the vote to Andrew Cuomo's 42% of the vote. The former New York governor ran as an independent candidate. Meanwhile, Curtis Sliwa, the Republican candidate, a distant third, coming in at 7%. Is the youngest mayor in more than a century at 34 years old, and is also the first Muslim to become New York City's mayor. He has really re-energized the youth vote with his progressive ideas that many are quite controversial to some. So we have all eyes now tonight on California as polls just closed in the Golden State. People voting in a special election for what's called Proposition 50. It is led by California Governor Gavin Newsom, and it would allow.
Oh, that's so fucking sick that Prop 50 passed. Okay, one more video.
We have the call in the New York City mayor's race at 5.
Oh, who told this guy to grow a mustache?
I passed the hour after the polls had closed, and Zohran Mamdani, the 34-year-old Democratic Socialist, is the winner, as expected, and will be the next mayor here in New York City. Numbers coming in early. The check mark is next to Mamdani, and he ran a campaign after, winning in a crowded Democratic primary field that was impressive to many, driven by the youth vote here in New York City. On the left side of the Democratic Party, without a doubt, as you look at his campaign headquarters. And now Mamdani, just turning 34 years of age, will be the next mayor in the largest city in the country. Those are some early figures coming in, bottom of the screen, 51.7.
Chris Cuomo, he just looks like someone dug up his corpse and threw some jolts of electricity through him to reanimate him and have him run in this election. He looks horrible in every picture. He looks absolutely horrible.
Percent with Andrew Cuomo at just under 40% and Curtis Sliwa at 8%. Again, early numbers, but the projection, given the data that we had, was more than enough to make this decision and make this decision early in the night.
And these numbers are interesting because if they hold true on, is this breakdown? We just are projecting him to win the race. We're
That's
not.
right.
These are
This
just
is
based,
giving him
this
the
is
early
based
number.
on nothing.
But
Okay.
but no, New York gives a big dump right after you get all the early votes.
already have almost 750,000.
That's probably most of the
Bro, who chose that picture of Cuomo? It's so bad.
early vote.
Yeah,
right.
And so look, this will be a record turnout year.
It looks like the guy that drank from the wrong Holy Grail in Indiana Jones. Bro, yeah, he's like mid-sip of the wrong Holy Grail.
Are a big basket of votes. If this percentage structure stays the same, it answers the question of the mandate.
Right, that's what I
if
was going
Mamdani, which means that he did even better
Well, we
in
don't
this
know that
election
yet,
than he did.
because-
But I'm saying if it holds, it becomes a very interesting plus-minus for him because there's the promise versus the promises kept, which can be tricky, especially because a mayor's not as powerful as a president or a governor. But I do think you have to talk about why. And even I can see what this is about. And of course, I wanted my brother to win. I believe in my brother. I think he's a tremendous operator within government. But he's not what Democrats want right now in their party. And Democrats win in New York City, Chris. I mean, that's the one-line analysis is the Democrat was going to win in New York City.
The Democrat that's not good analysis. What? Care to explain why he's not what Democrats want?
But the type of Democrat and what they want,
Bro, like he's really just like morphing into the pedophile football or like pedophile gym coach that does girls basketball and is as a hobby, right? I'll train the girls basketball team, and then allegations come out 5 years later. Like, what are you doing, bro?
I do believe
his mustache looks like shit on
there's
you.
a metaphor here as a reaction to MAGA, and this is what we'll see in the midterms. But I guess that's fought by Virginia and New Jersey in terms of who they elected. The president will quickly tell you that he is no fan of my brother or of mine, by the way. And that's okay. But I believe he and his people are looking at this race because they see what can beat them in the midterms. And the lineup.
So you think he's watching because he sees the same energy?
It is MAGA on the other side with more people and more intensity than we saw with MAGA.
But let me.
What? It's MAGA? Trump endorsed your brother. What? It's MAGA on the other side with more people and more intensity than MAGA?
Whether it's no kings or whatever, the moment for the Democratic Party now and the way the Tea Party was going into the 2010 election. What worked for Republicans in 2010 and 2014 was what? Not weird, not crazy, right? Remember Christine O'Donnell, I'm not during.
I just want to listen to Cuomo's talk. That's all I want to listen to tonight.
And you can say, well, that's bubble. Yeah, but the power's in the bubble also. So that's not what Democrats believe. Democrats believe they have to be like what beat them. That's why Gavin Newsom, who, say what you want about him, this is a measured guy, this is a smart guy, this is a think, then speak, and if it goes the wrong way, find a way out of it, polished politician. He is acting the buffoon with these tweets with Trump and his little stunts, and he has never been more popular. And they want...
He's mocking Trump. Like, that's not the same thing as acting the buffoon. Okay, like, holy shit, I'm so glad this guy got fired.
Very divisive.
Well, Clickbait Wasteland did an interview with Andrew Cuomo, and it only got 28K views. That's pretty bad. Funny, though. Okay, guys, so Minneapolis had a mayoral election tonight as well.
All right, let's move.
And I do want to cover a little bit of that. So we're going to watch this for a bit. And then we'll close some shit down.
Back over to Minneapolis. Omar Fateh is now addressing his supporters there. Let's listen to Omar Fateh.
Tonight, we now have one more day to wait.
Thank you to every single person who believed in this scrappy campaign, who showed up, who worked, and who refused to give up on this city. To our volunteers who knocked in the cold, who made calls late into the night, who came straight from a shift or a class just to help. Thank you. To our partners who stood with us for Minneapolis, where working people are never left behind. Our partners like SEIU, Stay Tool, Unite Here, Take Action, MFE, and all of the grassroots organizations who stood beside us. Thank you. To our allies and leaders across the city, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, Council members Jamal, Jason, Aisha, Oreen, Jeremiah, Robin, Elliot, Katie, Council candidates Soren, E, Marvina, and our friends running for Park Board and Board of Estimate and Taxation. Thank you for believing in this vision and fighting beside us. We go further when we work together, and our campaign has built the broadest coalition in this race because strong co-governance has always been at this core.
Oh my god, bro. I'm reading this article right now. So it looks like nothing's been decided yet, but it does look like Jacob Fry is going to win the mayoral election in Minneapolis. He's at 42%. Omar Fateh's at 32%. And so you have a ranked choice vote runoff. Bro, I've literally like eaten in this restaurant. And apparently that's where they were having the election party. Where standing room only chanting for Jacob Fry. This restaurant, it's not a good restaurant, man. It's not good. Of course they go there too. It's like the most it really is just a pretentious place also. Like, look at the lighting in here. The lighting in this place sucks. That's where they choose to have their little get together. Omar Fateh is just like in a high school or something. Oh, he's in a downtown hotel. Yeah, actual good lighting, standing room, not in a fucking pretentious, darkened restaurant where it's standing room only. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, Minneapolis is not doing so great. It's unfortunate, man. It was close, but yeah, like it's 10 points. It's going to... It really is going to take a miracle in order for Omar Fateh to pull this out, though. Okay. Let's see. Did I want to cover anything else tonight? What other shit did I miss? I really see what Al Jazeera had on this.
Someone like Cuomo who's gotten billions of dollars from...
I do want to see Cuomo's concession party and then maybe a little bit of Zohran's speech. Cuomo concession party. Because it just looks like such a shit show, man. Seeds the mayoral race. Curtis Sliwa conceded the mayoral race.
This victory is for all of them.
First, let me make mention that I want to applaud everybody in New York City who came out to exercise their right to vote. We will be setting a new record. It hasn't been achieved since I was a young boy watching the election in 1969 of John Lindsay. Over 2 million voters. We need to applaud all New Yorkers because men have died in battle so that we have the right to vote. In this case, to choose our...
Like the Revolutionary War? Is that what you're talking about? The Civil War?
We will not retreat. We will not leave this city of New York.
Yes! Yes!
We will improve.
Yes!
We will not move. And let me warn our new leader, if you try to implement socialism, if you try to render our police weak and impotent, if you forsake the people's public safety, we're not only organizing, but we are mobilizing, and we will become the mayor-elect and his supporters' worst enemies, worst nightmare.
Okay, bro. Chill the fuck out. You've been trying to make the streets safe for 40 years. You're like, we're gonna, if he feminizes our police force, we're going to be the worst nightmare for him. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up with a short segment from Zohran's speech.
I wish Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life.
She does look really young.
But let tonight be the final time I utter his name. As we turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few.
You're not wrong, Connor.
Standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong.
Yep.
Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia.
It is just insane the amount of Islamophobia that Zohran experienced throughout this entire campaign. And like, he's the first Muslim mayor, and he just faced a complete onslaught of really like the most vile things you can think of, like from threatening to be deported. Like Randy Fine said, I'm calling to deport Zohran, a jihadist, a terrorist, like bringing about Sharia law, all of these things. Like, oh, he's a misogynist, oh, he hates trans people, oh, he's an Islamist, you know, like every single thing that you can, every like tired old trope that Republicans and racist people have been using against Muslims has been trotted back out to be used against Zohran, and he overcame it all. So like, this really is, it really is historic. Like, if you think about it, he's the first Muslim mayor, and he faced down a cavalcade of Islamophobia, and he came out the other side from it. So pretty fucking awesome.
Islamophobia and win an election. Together, we will usher in a generation of change. And if we embrace this brave new course, rather than fleeing from it, we can respond to oligarchy and authoritarianism with the strength it fears, not the appeasement it craves. After all, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot,
And as much as Zohran has been talking about how he's focusing on New York City and he's not going to go to Israel, what he is doing is positioning himself as a lightning rod against the Trump administration. And I think that's really smart, not only because it's going to keep Zohran in the public eye and keep a lot of attention on him, but it's also going to direct the Democratic Party to kind of follow in his footsteps, talk about the same things, campaign on the same issues, and take the same type of rhetorical approach that Zohran is taking against Donald Trump.
And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Oh, man. Yeah, go watch this entire speech, but I think it's a good place to end it there. So, not great in Minneapolis, but at least it's not a Republican governor. And Democratic candidates sweeping elections all across the country. And Dick Cheney died today. So, pretty good day for progressive values. Guys, thanks so much for watching. You know, it's another late night stream, but I just had to do it because there was so much Republican outrage and tears and piss and snot and all other kinds of bodily fluids flowing out of right-wing Twitter. Just had to go through it all with you, and yeah, it is pretty good. All right, I'm going to try to be back on tomorrow, so I'm going to catch you all later. Everyone have a great rest of your night or morning or whatever you are, wherever you are in the world. Everyone, peace. I'm out of here.